Alright, this is Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines, and since I'm doing explanations, I thought I'd go ahead and explain the core concept of the game, I guess you could say. Now, the whole vampire thing started in this system with Cain, the biblical Cain, the one who killed his brother. Now, apparently God cursed him with superhuman strength and all this other stuff, and he is more powerful than you can really imagine. I don't know how it's a curse, but whatever. So what he did was he basically went around and gave vampirism to other people, and he picked a certain group of people to give it to, and they're called the second generation. They're the one who actually started all these clans. He's first generation, they're second, and on from there. Now, this doesn't have all the vampire clans, like the Sabbat clans aren't here, because they're the bad guys in this game, so they won't let you pick them. And there's a few neutral groups that aren't here either, but I'll explain who's here. Alright, these are the Bruja. These are the rebels and anarchists, pretty much. They are militants almost all the time. They're hardcore militants and very violent as well. And due to that, they are good at brawling, well, unarmed feet rather, but they frenzy a lot easier, so they turn into a monster that goes around just randomly beating the crap out of people a lot easier than most people do. These guys almost always clash with the Ventru, because the Ventru are almost the exact opposite of these guys. And, crap, I forget what they get for disciplines. Oh, celerity lets you move faster. Potence adds to your strength and how much you can, how much brawling and melee power you have. And then they have presence, which will make those around you less effective against you because they're afraid of you. Alright, next is Gangrel. These are the, well, as you can tell from that. Oh wait, here, I'll show you female Bruja as well. Yep, there you go. Okay. Gangrel, female Gangrel. They weren't as original with all the female models as they were with the male, but anyway. The Gangrels are animalistic, nomadic. They're almost wolf-like creatures, which is why the werewolves get along with them more than any other vampire. But they get a big boost whenever they frenzy, but they also frenzy easier, which, you know, frenzying is really bad, but if you get a huge boost when you do it, it's not so bad. You more effectively kill people, I guess. Alright, anyway, they get Animalism, which allows them to summon animals or turn into animals. I believe in this, they just summon animals, like wolves. You'll see the sheriff, Magilla Gorilla, as Jack calls him. He uses Spectral Wolf on some guys. And he also uses Pestilence, which is insect swarm, kills people instantly. They get Fortitude, which allows them to soak damage that isn't bashing. Like, let me see. Yeah, it allows them to soak damage that's not bashing, but you have to activate it. In this game, at least. They also get Protean, which is shape-shifting abilities. You grow claws. You get boost to stamina and stuff like that. Just things like that. I think they pretty much have them in their claws up to here, and then here you actually change into like a war form. It's like a bat creature thing. You actually fight some of them later on in the game. Malkavians, I'm them. I think I explain them pretty well. She's got a weird boob jiggle. Sorry. They're the crazy ones, but they get insight from their insanity. They know things that other people don't know. Anyway, Nosferatu. These guys are a walking masquerade violation. And you can see why. Look how freakish they are. See, he's got like bulges all over him where he's got disease on him, and he just looks freakish. The female doesn't look any better. See, she looks even worse. Because of that, they can never have a seduction skill. It's actually 0. No other vampire has a 0 seduction skill, but they do. They have to stay in the sewers pretty much, because if people see them, they are a masquerade violation, as I said. And but they get boost to they get obfuscate, so that's good for them, and they get extra nourishment from rats, which is actually helpful. And they get animalism as well, obfuscate, and potence, which I think I've talked about all these. So, obfuscate is hiding. For the Malkavians, they get dementation. Dementation makes people go crazy. And Auspex allows you to see people's auras through walls and stuff, so you can kind of spy on people. It's like having infravision, I guess. Yeah, I talked about the Nosferatu enough. Toreadors, I always consider these the pretty people, like the pretty preppy people. They're all artsy and stuff. And because of that, they get boosted seduction and stuff like that. But they also lose and gain humanity easier because they're in touch with humanity more. They're the most likely to pass for human beings among the vampire society, which is really weird for vampires. Most vampires can't even pull off anything like that. And they have no new disciplines, so I don't need to really discuss that. I hate toreadors. I'll let you know that right now. Okay, Tremors. These are the wizards of the vampire community, and most vampires hate them. And that's because of how their clan started. Their clan didn't start like the other ones did. What they did was, whenever they were being made, it was originally a circle of very powerful human wizards. They captured the second generation of another clan, which I can't remember which one. I don't think it ever tells you in the book. But they captured a second generation, which was the leader, the starter of one of the other clans, and they did a magic ritual on him to kill him, but they all became vampires like that. So most vampires don't like them because they did that. And because they are the only ones who have thaumaturgy, which is blood magic. They get things like blood purge, where it makes people vomit up blood, which causes damage, of course. They get damage shields from blood. They shoot blood out and drain blood from people with that. And they make blood boil when someone explodes because their blood boiled inside their body. So they're really effective in combat because of that. So they are physically weak. They can't have any physical attribute above 4. And they don't get any real boost besides having thaumaturgy, which is enough of a boost, believe me. And then the Ventrue. These are the blue bloods, the royalty. I guess they're blue bloods literally since they're vampires. Anyway, they act like royalty. They're most often the prince in a community. The prince is just a political position. It's not tied to like a heritage of blood or anything like that. It's just whoever's the most strongest at the time becomes a prince. But they end up being most often the prince because they're just better suited for it as their clan. Anyway, as I said, they almost always fight the Bruja. They cannot gain blood by feeding off of animals. And they can also not feed off of lowlives or bones. They have to feed off of high-class people. And that's a big downfall in this game, believe me. Anyway, in the game, you pick a group of people that you exclusively have to feed off of. But in this one, they just do this. Anyway, they have Dominate, which gets people to do what you want, which in this game amounts to making the target that you use this on attack his friends. And eventually, you just make them all die. Mass suicide. Fortitude, as I said, soaks things, and presence, as I said, makes people afraid of you, so they get weaknesses to attacking you. I didn't show the female for that. Or for the Tremere. Yeah, they're the goths too. Tremers are most often goths. Anyway, that should be all of them. If you have any more questions, you can just post it in the thread.